commenting on pictures of her saying, oh my god, I wish this was my body. Like, I would die to look like this. Like, literally, yeah, you will. Okay, I should probably record now. Don't mind me while I put my hair back because it is overstimulating to me at this time. What am I gonna do with the mic? Let's put you right there. Maybe I can figure shit out from there. Sorry, bear with me. I don't think that's gonna stay. I might need to do this separately. Hold on, there we go. No, there. Haha. Okay, so, this episode is probably going to be of low energy, so I apologize in advance. If you were here last week, you might have an idea of why I'm low energy, and I'm at my maximum capacity for the audacity of other people and just emotions. Like, I've had too many in too short of a period of time and not enough sleep and not enough time to process them because busy, and there's fucking smoke everywhere, so I have a headache all the time. Anyway, so my story time is just going to be a life update, which, it's been, like, a mix of good and bad. Like, there's been times where I've been able to forget about all the shit going on, and then there's other times where I'm already just feeling not that great, and then those feelings are amplified because of all the shit going on. Like, I go between making dark humor jokes. You should probably listen to episode 24, at least, like, the first, or, like, maybe the last 10 minutes of it, actually, to understand what I'm talking about. You'll get it pretty quick. Anyway, so I go between, like, dark humor jokes in my head. Like, example, I had a really big pimple earlier this week, and I was, like, walking into my house and, like, touching it and, like, picking at it because, like, as per, and it was so big, and I was like, fuck, this big ass pimple is giving my grandma's cancer tumor a run for its money. Like, and then my other dark joke that entered my brain was cancer 1, grandma 0. There's another one, I forget what it was. Anyway, I go between that and then like, today I had a not great interaction with a couple of my family members who I love dearly to bits and pieces, but just not really. I just feel a little bit left out in certain things at the moment, and I don't feel like my opinion is important in certain aspects of my family and I feel like I'm, like, the side thought. Maybe it's because I'm, like, single or something, or, like, live and to kind of do my own thing and don't have a partner or whatever, and they just think I'm available at whatever which time, and I can just ease into their situation and their schedule, and it's just kind of irritating, especially around this time. And then I feel guilty because I'm not accommodating their schedule because sorry, this doesn't make any sense because, like, you don't know what happened, but anyway, the emotions are high. I'm not having a great time. I just want to be a big little baby as, like, somebody's little spoon and just take fucking 5, which I'm going to because I was planning on being on a vacation out of town with my family members later this week and took time off work for it, but now I'm not going, so I have 2.5 days off now, I guess. So, maybe we'll see how that goes. Maybe that will turn around the mood a little bit. We'll see. I mean, it can't really get much more chaotic than this. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I feel like this is so boring and just so, like, melancholy and just, like, not even that. Like, sometimes you can, I don't want to say, like, find entertainment from somebody being a little bit stressed, but, like, it's an interesting thing to listen to here and there because I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. So, enjoy, especially if you're going through something, then you're not the only one. By a lot, probably. Anyway, yeah, super fucking upbeat podcast this is. The topic that I wanted to talk about was I listened to the album Petal, well, most of it, by Ariana, and I had thoughts about the songs and how I felt about them and how they made me feel, and then it obviously turned into a bigger thought process around the controversy that is her physical and mental health in the public eye. So, yeah, I want to get into that, but we're just going to ease in a little bit with my interpretations of the songs off the album Petal. So, I will be getting into a deeper conversation here soon, but let me ease y'all and myself in. So, first of all, and this is like the niche part, so I'm so sorry that maybe one of you will understand what I'm saying when I say this, but Petal, the new album release from Ariana Grande, it's like giving Tortured Poets Department and Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift, obviously. Like, they had a baby, and then Reputation is Petal's sister. Like, that's how I feel about this album, which those are all, I would like to be clear, I'm not comparing them. Petal stands on its own, and I don't really know any other Ariana albums enough to know their theme/vibe to compare their vibe to this new release. And as well, those 3 Taylor Swift album references are my 3 favorite releases from Taylor. So, like, you know, having a good time. Anyway, the first one or second one, the I Hate I Made You Love Me, that was on Spotify's suggested tracks for me, and I added that immediately. It is art. It sounds so good. It's catchy. It's pretty. I like it. It's dark. It suits the fucking mood in my soul this month. It's giving, like, baddie and vulnerability simultaneously. I like it. I liked Stay, but I was hyping myself up for some really raw lyrics, but it's more so catchy than, like, raw lyrics. I didn't really understand Oh Well on the first listen. I think I need a couple more listens to, like, grasp what she's really talking about. Big Feelings reminded me of the Look What You Made Me Do intro in the best way. And also the lyric, Pussy so sweet, a tear fell from his eye. Okay, Ari, I'm sad. Tell me more. Around this point, I started, like, kind of listening in between the lines of the lyrics of this album, and I started to have some mini epiphanies while listening to this album release. And I would like to preface this with, I can only interpret what she's going through in my own way, from my own experiences and what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling and how I'm relating to the album and the lyrics and the songs. I don't actually know how she's genuinely experiencing it. It's a very subjective thing, and I could be completely off and wrong, and I cannot speak for somebody that I don't know, but I can speak for how this made me feel and how I related to her. And yeah, my life experiences could be completely, like, different to hers, but I don't know, I feel like I have the same feelings and emotions around what she may be feeling. Anyway, okay, getting on with it. That being said, it's really reminded me of being amidst an addiction or a depression and moving about as though all is fine and all is well, and you're kind of adamant you're doing okay because you're in denial yourself. Like, you're just being, like, eccentric or loud or funny or just being outgoing and just kind of trying to really push the image that everything's fine and you're doing okay. And that's what the album makes me feel. And the album only. Like, I'm not referencing, like, any interviews that she's done or, like, any like, public eye scrutiny. It's just based on what the album makes me feel. It reminds me of being in a dark place and just being in denial over it. She doesn't really acknowledge that she's ill, and that's obviously been a large part of her life lately, and it's intertwined between the lines of her lyrics, in my opinion, in my listen. And I can't imagine that anything but this happened. Like, everywhere she looks, she would be reminded of her thinness and the public's response to her thinness. And I'm not judging her or reprimanding her, and I see me in her right now. And accepting that you're ill is a very difficult thing to do, and she may not be ready yet, and being in the public eye would make that 1,000 times more difficult, because even just admitting to yourself that you're not doing well in any way, shape or form, physically, mentally, whatever. That's a really hard thing to admit to yourself or other people, family, friends, especially like half the fucking world. So I'm obviously not judging her. I can't really judge anybody. Like, my track record is not great. She has shaky morals. She's working on it. That means it doesn't matter. Okay. I find that this album is bypassing the depth of the pain, the depth and the pain of the journey that she's on. Like, if somebody had cancer, they would acknowledge, yes, I have this illness, but I'll be okay. And, like, she kind of has this, I'll be okay, but, like, doesn't acknowledge the anorexia. And while commenting on her body can and will affect her mental health, especially in mass numbers, I personally find it worse to not acknowledge that she's ill. And no, people in the public eye do not owe everybody to be this perfect role model. They don't owe them any explanations, and they are very much their own person. But with so many people looking up to Ariana, it's wrong to not acknowledge this is not right. Like, you can't just say, yes, queen, bangers, like, amazing album. Like, you can say that, but also it's in a way glamorizing, it is glamorizing this image and this era in her life. And while I don't think that anybody should be restricted from what time in their life they are able to share art with the world, but I do think people shouldn't be bypassing her health during this time. And I understand that people don't want to hurt her or harm her mental health or contribute to a very oversaturated conversation on her body, but you can't also not talk about it. Like, this isn't okay. You don't want to, like, glamorize it for, like, younger girls who are commenting on pictures of her saying, oh my god, I wish this was my body. Like, I would die to look like this. Like, literally, yeah, you will. That's a dark comment, but it's true. Like, we're watching somebody in the public eye just slowly dying. And it's not out of scrutiny. What is with that word in me today? That I'm thinking about this so much and talking about it. It's that I am afraid for this human. And I know that she didn't ask for my pity, and I know that she didn't ask for anybody's, and I know that she didn't ask to be the center of this conversation right now. But I can't help being kind of horrified that somebody can be so close to death and it's not really that talked about. It's like, I'm not judging this woman. This woman's not well. And it's okay to be not well. But, like, it's not okay. It's not, like, I would also love to bypass it and be like, yes, like, the third song is a banger. Like, yes, queen, get it, girl, whatever. There's some of that, but, like, it's mostly make sure she's okay. And make sure that people, especially young women, see that people want to make sure that she is okay. So that they know that they should be taken care of and that they will be taken care of and that people will be checking in on them and asking if they're okay. Not saying this is a icon in their best, like, happiest self. Like, don't say that shit. Like, you're literally making it sound like this is a positive time in her life when she's literally dying. Like, she's headed toward organ failure. And it's just really dark. And it's really sad. And I'm so sorry for this episode and the last episode. The dramas. Anyway. Also, anorexia is the number one cause of death amongst mental health let me try again. Anorexia is the number one cause of death amongst mental health illnesses. We'll get there eventually. And to simply say nothing and just be like, yes, queen, it's just not normal, and it's not okay, and it shouldn't be glamorized in any way, shape, or form, and I hold a lot of respect for her, and she has enough people commenting on her body and criticizing her, and while I struggle adding to this narrative, I also refuse to not acknowledge it, obviously. And there are ways to comment on things like this without being an asshole. So seeing her and listening to the album Petal reminds me of me, and it's relatable to me, and I remember the mix of denial and the pain that I was in, and I see it in her, and I see it in her lyrics, and I know that I would never ask for the pity of multiple people, a shit ton of people, even one person. Like, it actually makes me cringe, but to know that somebody cared about me would make me feel like worth caring about myself enough to get better. And if we're showing care for other people, and we're acknowledging illnesses, and we're paying attention to health more than reputation or aesthetic or looks or society's interpretation of what, like, glamorous is and what attractive is and what the perfect body type is, like, how about we just care about each other instead, you know? It's so easy to get really into this conversation, and she's the catalyst of it, and I actually think that's a really good thing. Like, I genuinely do think that she's going to come out on the other side healthier, and I hope that she's going to acknowledge that she was really ill during this time. And I do think that everything is going to be okay, but at the same time, when there's the opportunity for so many people to be able to witness this illness take control over the individual, the fan base, the society around, the media, the young women and men who are watching this be glamorized, there's just, oh fuck, where was I going with that? Sorry, fuck, I had something, I don't know, I had something there. Maybe I'll leave it in, maybe it was like implied. Hopefully you guys got there without me having to get to the end. Maybe you didn't, probably didn't. Anyway, sorry, there was something there. I hope it's a wake-up call in society, and I hope that the wake-up call happens before we witness an idol to so many people dying. And I love a successful break in a woman's career, but I love women's mental and physical health first. And I think that is a very talked about yet very unpopular opinion somehow. And when there's the opportunity to have this that's what I was saying. When there's the opportunity to have this conversation, because so many people are witnessing it, it's a really good time to talk about it, because everybody can kind of see it and connect on some level and have an example of what kind of harm this can do. And it brings up very important conversations, as uncomfy as they are. And as much as it would be nice to not comment on this woman's body, because you shouldn't, there's still a nuance to the conversation where it's like, you can't not talk about it, because then you're just normalizing it, and this isn't normal, and it's not okay, and I don't want it, and I don't like it. And I think that y'all should eat as many, like, pastries as you please. I think if you're hungry, you should eat, and I know it's easier said than done for some people, many people, but seeing strength in like taking in calories and protein and good fats and like all this fuel for your body that gives you the energy to do life and gives you the energy to like be able to lift heavy things, and it just gives you strength, and it brings a strength in your mind as well, while you're like physically becoming like stronger and you're fueling your body. And I know that it's easier said than done for a lot of people, but I, over the last several months, like couple of years, I've just been trying to look at any weight or calories or whatever the fuck as a benefit for my body, and it's gonna help me get through the 8-hour day at work. It's gonna help me volunteer somewhere where I need to carry very heavy mats, and it's gonna help me if I have like a dick appointment. It's gonna help me when I need to pick my dog up and put her in the bath because she will not willingly go to the bath. I need to catch her because she doesn't like baths. Anyway, yeah. So, what's my conclusion to this? I don't know. Good album, full of bangers. Let's make sure that she's doing okay. Let's make sure the people around you are doing okay. Let's make sure we don't idolize calorie counting and fucking skinny talk and heroin chic. Like, we're over it. We would actually rather be happy and healthy and enjoy life rather than being restrictive in our life, because we only have one of them. And that's the end of episode. Check that out. I feel like it was not a bad outro. Now I don't know how to end it, so bye.